What if the toxin binder that you're taking is actually absorbing your medications and canceling out your other supplements? This is a really common situation. You're recovering from C. difficile, you're on a toxin binder, an antibiotic, maybe some probiotics and other supplements, and nobody has given you a clear schedule for any of it. The problem is that most toxin binders don't discriminate. They can absorb whatever is nearby, including medications, other supplements, and nutrients, before those things ever get a chance to work. The good news is that's an avoidable problem once you know some simple timing rules. In this video, you will learn why timing makes or breaks your binder. Not all binders have the same timing rules, and a practical timing schedule you can follow. Hi, I'm Michelle Moore. I'm a microbiologist and a gut recovery educator, but I'm not a doctor, and this video is for educational purposes only. Toxin binders can affect how your body absorbs medications. So if you're currently being treated for C. diff or another infection, be sure to talk to your healthcare provider about the timing that's best for you. So let's first start with what a toxin binder actually does, because that's the key to understanding why timing is so important. When you're recovering from a C. difficile infection, your gut is dealing with a significant toxic load. C. difficile bacteria create harmful byproducts. Plus, if you're taking antibiotics or natural antimicrobials, the die-off from those bacteria releases even more toxic burden into your GI system. And that is where toxin binders come in. A toxin binder's job is to mop up those toxins, the bacterial waste, bacterial endotoxins such as LPS, and bacterial die-off byproducts, and carry them out of your body through the stool. The problem is that most binders are what's called non-selective, meaning they don't just grab toxins, they'll actually grab whatever happens to be in the gut at the same time. Now that could include your antibiotic, other supplements, and even the nutrients in your food. So if you're taking your toxin binder at the wrong time, it's not just failing to do its job, it's actively working against the other things that you're taking. But not every binder works the same or plays by the same timing rules, and knowing the difference could completely change the structure of your day. So now that you know why timing matters, let's talk about the actual timing rules for different kinds of toxin binders. The strictest timing rules apply to what I call traditional binders. These are clay and charcoal-based binders. I like to think of these traditional binders as working like a shotgun. They are broad-acting and they'll hit anything in the general direction that you aim them at, whether you intend to or not. Now, because these binders are non-selective, the rule is pretty straightforward. Many traditional binders recommend taking them at least 1 hour away from everything else, including your antibiotics and other medications, probiotics, other supplements, and even your food. Now, always check the specific product label, as some products recommend up to 2 hours of spacing away from medications. Now, I think 2 hours is the most conservative when it comes to minimizing potential interference, especially when it comes to important prescription medications. Keep in mind, for an active C. difficile infection or any gut overgrowth challenge, most traditional binders are best taken on an empty stomach. Zeolite binders may be a bit more flexible. You can take many zeolite binders with or after food, but conservatively, you still want at least 1 or 2 hours of spacing away from any medications or supplements you're taking. So zeolite is a little more forgiving than charcoal, but the spacing from medications still applies. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and this surprises a lot of people. There's one binder that plays by completely different rules, and that's immunoglobulins. Immunoglobulins, abbreviated as Ig, are antibody proteins that are made by the immune system of humans and animals in which to neutralize harmful invaders. Now, because immunoglobulins are highly targeted, they only bind to specific microbial toxins and nothing else. That point is really important. Now, bovine immunoglobulins, those are immunoglobulins made by cows, bind to invaders as well. Things like C. difficile toxins A and B, bacterial endotoxins, and quite a few other disease-causing byproducts. And bovine immunoglobulins are safe and easy to use as a supplement. I like to think of bovine immunoglobulin binders as working like a sniper rifle. They are very precise and they will hit exactly what they're aimed at without harming anything off to the sides. Bovine immunoglobulins don't grab your medications, your probiotics, your food, or your other supplements. That means immunoglobulins can be taken at the same time as your antibiotic, at the same time as your probiotic, with or without food, without interfering with any of them. But please note, be sure to check with your doctor because they may prefer you separate them from critical medications out of an abundance of caution. The most effective timing for bovine immunoglobulin binders depends upon your situation. If you're dealing with an active C. diff infection, it's best taken away from food for maximum contact with the C. diff toxins inside the gut. If you're using immunoglobulins for general gut support, leaky gut, or IBS, many people will take them with a meal. Here's why. Eating is actually one of those times your body releases the most lipopolysaccharides, those LPS molecules. LPS is a bacterial toxin released by gut bacteria that can leak into the bloodstream and trigger a whole body inflammatory response, especially during and after a meal. Having immunoglobulins present in the gut right away when you eat a meal means that they're there to intercept that LPS molecule before it could cause a problem. So for non-C. diff situations, taking immunoglobulins with food is preferred. But for C. diff and gut overgrowth support, immunoglobulins are best taken away from food. So if you're using a charcoal or clay-based binder, spacing away from food, supplements, and especially medications is very important. But if you're using an immunoglobulin binder, that timing is more flexible. Immunoglobulins are one of the products I personally use and recommend to my community. You can find links to them in the description below. Now let's put all these timing rules together into something that you can actually use. The goal here is just a simple daily framework and not a rigid minute-by-minute schedule. Now here's an example of how a typical day might look if you're taking a conventional binder like GI Detox, which has zeolite and charcoal in it, along with an antibiotic, a probiotic, and an immunoglobulin binder like Mega IgG 2000. In the morning, you could take your antibiotic with breakfast, unless directed otherwise by your doctor. Traditional binders, like the GI Detox, could then be taken mid-morning, spaced away from both breakfast and lunch. Probiotics are best with food, so you could take them with any meal from morning to night. Now, while some probiotics are more resilient to antibiotics than others, it's still a good practice, I think, to space them away a few hours from your antibiotic dose if possible. Immunoglobulins could be taken between breakfast and lunch, or between lunch and dinner, or even before bed. And if you're using a zeolite binder such as ZeoCharge, you've got a bit more flexibility around food, but you'll still want that 1 or 2 hour window away from medications and other supplements. Again, this could be taken between meals or before bed. The one thing I like about immunoglobulins is they're very well tolerated, even at higher doses. Something happened to me before Christmas where I just got this super watery diarrhea. I started taking immunoglobulins 5 to 6 times a day. The interesting thing was within one day, my stools changed from watery diarrhea to diarrhea, and that was a tremendous improvement. My progress improved daily until one day the diarrhea just stopped. I'm still not exactly sure what it was, if it was food poisoning or viral, but the immunoglobulins really helped me tremendously. Regardless of what binder you use, be sure you drink plenty of water with it. Water is what actually moves those bound toxins through and out of your system. And without enough water, even a perfectly timed binder can't finish the job. And if you're ever unsure, the default rule that covers almost every situation is this: space your traditional binder at least 1 hour away from everything else. You can always check the product label if it has different instructions, and of course, again, your doctor with any questions you have. Now, one piece a lot of people miss when rebuilding their gut after antibiotics or C. diff is how immunoglobulins can calm inflammation in the gut tissue, separate from their toxin-binding effects. And that changes everything in how you approach gut recovery. Be sure to check out my next video here on the many benefits of bovine immunoglobulins.